Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathis. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad, and good morning to you. How are you?
George Lopez joins us right now. George, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What lovely to talk to me, funny lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Chloe Bailey joins us. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
Brad Gilmore! All right, Brad Gilmore, ESPN Radio, CW39 in Houston. Timothy, thank you so much for taking the time. Congratulations on the film.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Look, really always enjoy the word reimagining. But what I love more is modern, because it's interesting, and I wanted to ask your opinion on it. When I was talking to Jamie Ward, obviously, who plays Romeo in the movie, and does so phenomenally, we were discussing, did the story, in your opinion, change from when you read it first, maybe in school, to actually portraying it? And he made a really interesting comment a moment ago of saying, I think this is the first time I really understood the story. Yes. Because it was in a modern dialect and was done through musicality. I'm sure that was a really big motivating factor for you to have this reimagining, to kind of bring it to this modern audience who might not really understand it.
And that was everything. And it actually, the origin of it was I directed it on stage multiple times, the original Shakespearean text. And I always felt a little bit of a failure because there is it's fabulous. It's Shakespeare, of course. It's tough. Iambic pentameter is tough. And what I always say, which is really interesting, I think Romeo and Juliet was Shakespeare's poppiest piece because he really meant it for a younger demographic, for younger people. And yet that barrier of language has always been a thing. So even when I directed it on stage, I always kept thinking there must be another way in. And it really was a decade later when I was with my brother, Evan Bogart, who wrote Halo for Beyonce, and an amazing pop songwriter, and was talking to him about why he thought iambic pentameter was used by Shakespeare. And he said, that was the poetry of his time. And I said, what's the poetry of our time? He said, pop music. Watch the younger audience. They don't just listen to the music. The music is who they are. It is everything they do. That is their inner voice. And I said, well, that's what Shakespeare was always about, was inner voice. And that's really where I found the correlation.
Well, I mean, and you know what? And you do so brilliantly, because to me, the musicality of musicals in general, I have a soft spot for some reason. I just love story told through music, and I walk around singing the Chicago soundtrack to myself on a random Thursday. So it really does do a lot for storytelling, but to help drive a narrative, I feel like it also can help with some of the exposition that might be needed, or a certain story or character beats. It kind of helps drive that forward at a quicker pace.
It sure does. Look, I always say I could have the greatest camera move in the history of camera moves, or the greatest piece of dialogue I've ever written, but one look with 4 little harpsichord notes just might take you to another place. I don't think people tend to give music as much credit in terms of its impact on us, because it's kind of always there. Our job in this film was to make it inextricably intertwined. There's no movie without the music. There's no music without the movie. It is one experience, and therefore everything drives each other.
And you know what? There's actually a great YouTube video of where they take the soundtrack out of the score out of Jaws.
I bet the whole thing just goes.
And
right?
it just doesn't make as much sense. Like the fear out of it. What do you hope people take most away from this version of Romeo and Juliet when they see it?
It's a great question. Honestly, what I really hope people take away is it's okay to have fun at the movies, right? Like it's been, and I say that and people do exactly what you did, because if you think about movies we've all seen, they're getting tougher, they're getting harder. People have to have a reason to go out again. And we as filmmakers, we say this all the time. If you guys love movies, you got to go to the movies and you got to go opening weekend so we can keep making them. I hope people go and go, that was a joyous time. And I know they're thinking, well, the theme of the film, I would just argue, give it a shot. You might be surprised.
Well, Tim, thank you so much for taking the time. Congratulations again. Phenomenal film.
Thank you so much. Great
Have a good one.